Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praise, glory, and honor unto Yahweh Shemiel Shai, Bashem Makakadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of great most honorable well, and lead by example, and shalom to the elect. Here we go again. A lot of these videos, you might come across like a broken record, but you see, it's our job, as servants of the Lord, as prophets of the Lord, it's our duty to warn you of the times, and what's to come. And the time that we're in right now, we're coming to the fulfillment of the mark of the beast prophecy. Everything that's happening in society pretty much is leading towards the mark prophecy. Now, what is the mark? The mark is the microchip implant. The RFID, over here in Europe, they call it the NFC chip, which is implantable, which the elites are looking to implant into pretty much into everyone, man. It's going to be that great test, that great temptation to come upon the whole world. And I'm going to break down in the scriptures the word mark there. Now, before I do that, there was an article that got posted by the brothers in the brother Carby in our chat, and he posted about and Apostle did a video on it, brief video. In Israel, these C19 bracelets now, which is another, and that is another step towards the fulfillment of Revelation, the 13th and 16th chapter. The mark, it's a step towards it. Like when they went from the 4G to the 5G, that was a step towards it because that's part of the infrastructure. That's not, it's not the mark itself, but it's part of the infrastructure of it. Now, I typed in what I typed in there. Now, you can see you got tracking wristbands. Bahrain launched theirs. That was in April last year. And Israel has now launched it. In Israel, that's meant to be the beacon of the light of the world. That's meant to be the home of the Israelites. But that's another sign that that the true Israelites are not in rulership there, man. Why? Because they're trying to keep track of everyone. You're not meant to be doing that, man. Now, what they're doing, they're getting people ready for the mark. Now, when I saw these bracelets, this is what it reminded me of. Something that's been around for a little bit. The Pingit wristband, which is Pingit is a company, it's an electronic transfer company that Barclaycard use. Which Barclaycard is one of the biggest providers in the UK of transactions. I think it's at 33% of all credit transactions or debit transactions. I believe it's credit goes through Barclaycard. That's their statistics. That's ESOL statistics. Ideal for those flashy gadget flaunters who enjoy paying with a deft wave of their arm. Now, they ain't no different to you holding. This has got the chip technology in it, but this is not the mark of the beast. It's the same thing as your phone, your smartphone, which has got the chip in it, is not the mark of the beast. You could do the same thing with your phone. You go to travel, you might swipe your phone, or you might swipe your they call it GPay or ePay or whatever. You'd pay with that, but that's not talking about the mark. Now, the mark is actually going to be something that's physically put inside you. Right now, it says you can make purchases with your device wherever you see the contactless symbol, which contactless technology again is part of the infrastructure of the mark. You know, contactless is on the rise, man, especially in these cities. Now, it says that it talked about making purchases. Why? Because with a chip, you can buy and sell. The chip is in your debit cards, your credit cards, so on and so forth, in your phone. You can use it to buy and sell. Okay? And that's what they want to do. These international banking elite, which they're the ones that fund all this, by the way. Okay? They want to, if you know, it's all finance. It's big fintech, big finance. Okay? These are basically corporations and tools of the elites to push forward their wicked agenda, which part of that agenda is to chip all the people, man. Okay? In the Aaron Russo interview, Nicholas Rockefeller told Aaron Russo, and Aaron Russo pretty much asked him, look, what's endgame? He told him that's what it was. Okay? Now let's go into it in the scriptures. This is Revelation chapter 13, verse 16. And I'm going to say it again before I read this. I'm going to say it again. The microchip implant, which will be implanted into people, okay, is the mark of the beast, whichever way they come with it. Right, this is Revelation chapter 13, verse 16. It says, and he calls of all, right, which is going to be made mandatory. That's why he calls of people, you know, both small. Let me have a look into the word cause of there. To make, to be the authors of, to make ready, to prepare, to render one anything, constitute is constitutional, or appoint one anything, to appoint or ordain one, declare one anything, to act rightly, do well, to carry out, to execute. Right. So this is something that's you know, it's going to be executed, all right, by law. It says, and he calls of all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond. Okay, so pretty much that covers everybody. Okay, the free and bond, you know, people that are walking around at liberty, or people that are in the prison system on the bond. Okay, you got the rich and the poor, you know, the so-called rich. You might have a guy with like 20 mansions. Okay, might own a hotel chain. And the poor, you know, people that you just see walking around, dirt poor, they ain't, you know, that the lowest so-called lowest form of society in terms of finance. Okay, small and great. Okay, that's so that pretty much covers everyone, right? It says to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads. It says in. Okay. Let's go into that word in. Okay. What's the word mark there? It ain't really, it's not really hitting it. To receive. To receive. To give something to someone. To give over, deliver. Something to be administered. To give what is due or obligatory. To grant or permit one to commission. Okay, so this is going to be something that we're going to receive, man. Okay, it's going to be made mandatory. Now let's go into the word mark there, which the word mark there is the word charagma. Okay, now here it says a stamp, an imprinted mark. Okay, thing carved. Now, if you carve something, what do? You're cutting into it. Okay, so this is something that's cut. The word charagma, it means it's something that's going to be cut into you. Okay, it's going to be, you know, that, you know, inserted into you, man. Now, to get further on an understanding, let's go into the root word of the word charagma, which the word there should be charax. It says a pale or stake, a palisade. Now, when you see in them medieval movies, what do they show you? They show you the outside the fences of a city. They'll have these massive stakes. There might be like logs that have been the edges, the corners of the logs would have been sharpened to a point, maybe burnt under some fire to make it harder. Okay, and then they would have a bunch of them and wrap them around, and there would be the ramparts. They would be the palisade, defensive wall. Okay, and what's that representing? That's representing the way in which the chip would be administered into you, because it's going to be cut into you with an apparatus. Okay, if you go on YouTube and you type in people getting microchipped, you know, there's videos of people getting microchipped in Sweden and in America and different parts of the world. Okay, you're going to see the administration. It's like when you go, well, we wouldn't do that because it's against the law, but you know, people that go to get tattoos, which that's a quick point. You know, that's you know, the scriptures say they shall make no cuttings in the flesh, which again, this shows you that the mark, that's another reason why, you know, you can't take the mark, man. Okay, it's idolatry. The scriptures warn of the judgment for taking the mark. And it's also, you know, the different reasons why it breaks the law, man. You know, the main two that come to mind right now is idolatry. Okay, having Esau as your god. Okay, and you know, Leviticus, man, where it says no cuttings in the flesh. All right. Now, if you watch a video on like tattoo parlors or whatever, okay, what do when they etch it into someone with something sharp? Okay. Oh, you know, or a shot, you know, a jab. You go if you go to a, how am I gonna word this so this video doesn't get tagged? When you go to a environment, you know, full of the guys, you know, you got the nurses and you got the guys with the white suits. Let me just say it like that, man. That's, you know, that's what you got to do these days, man, because otherwise your channels is just getting clipped, and then all of a sudden, before you know it, you know, now your channel number's number, you know, so and so 9. You know, Hebrew Malak 9. You know, or whatever, man. Man, you know, that's another sign of the times, man. Okay, well, Amos talks about the famine of the word, of hearing of the word. It's coming. Okay, well, this is part of it. All right, well, we're going to keep pushing. We're going to keep edifying. It says a pale or stake, a palisade. Now, when you go into the word further in, if I'm not mistaken, it should be the word grapho. That's right. It says to write. Okay, you know, which goes into information. So pretty much the information is going to be found within your chip. Okay, like for example, the RFID chip, they call it. What is it? What does it stand for? Radio frequency identification chip. Okay, and that's going to be administered and put into people, right? According to the scripture, now it says, and that no man might buy or sell. So it's a transactional thing. Okay, and all these things like the bracelets and all of that is all leading towards the fulfillment of the mark of the beast prophecy, for them to really push and eventually, okay, have that mandatory chip be administered, man. Okay, unto the people. It says, and that no man might buy or sell, save he that had the mark, or the name of the beast, or the number of his name. So unless you've got the Charagma, okay, then you cannot be a partaker in the beast system society. Okay, which the beast is EU and NATO. Okay, so that, you know, that's Esau's power structure. Okay, and even within NATO you have America, because America's not part of the EU, but America's part of NATO. Okay, that's why it's just EU and NATO, man. Okay, so that's a, you know, hey, this is a time we're in, man. So we got to do these videos to show you what it is. This is the big major prophecy that we're waiting and we're looking patiently, okay, for it to come to pass, because that's another sign. Hey, when this chip is made mandatory, we're out of here quick. Okay, so it's a time to, you know, to pray, to get down for your crown, and also rejoice, because our salvation, our redemption is near, man. Okay, hey, so Lord willing, that was edifying in the spirit and power of Yahweh Bashmi Al Shah Basham Kakadash. With that, I'm going to say shalom to the elect. Shalom.